There's a story of a railroad switch tender that had one responsibility at the railroad. He was responsible for manually pulling the levers to change the directions of the trains to avoid head-on collisions. And one day, he decided to bring his son to work so he can show his son exactly what Dad was responsible to do. And just like clockwork, the railroad switch tender saw a train on the horizon and instructed his son, "Stay right here and watch me from the office window as I do exactly what I'm responsible to do." Suddenly realizing just how much time had lapsed while he had the conversation with his son, he looked up to see the oncoming train approaching and immediately ran out of the office to pull the lever. Reaching the lever just in the nick of time, he breathed a sigh of relief, looking up and suddenly realizing that his son was now trapped on the tracks. Now the switch tender was faced with a dilemma. Let go of the lever, allow a head-on collision, but save his son, or hold on to the lever, sacrifice his son, but save the many. Take a moment to visualize yourself as the railroad switch tender. You've reached the lever just in the nick of time, but you look up and your sister or brother, your mother or father, your son or daughter is now trapped on the tracks. The very same tracks that you have to allow this oncoming train to come down to avoid head-on collision. What do? John 3:16 reads, "For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whoever believes in him shall not perish, but have eternal life." When God had to choose to make a sacrifice, he chose to sacrifice his one and only Son, so that whoever believed in him would not perish, but have eternal life. When God had to make a decision, God chose you. When God had to make a decision, God chose each of us. God chose to make a sacrifice as an example of his undying love. Welcome to Fall in Love Friday. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe and comment below.